We got a 2-channel collaboration coming at you with some spec picks. What is up, defects? We got a little bit of a different video today, but we're still bringing you some dope spec picks. Guys, we got 2 channels mashing up. Gonna get a 2-part video here. This is part 1. The second part is gonna be on my boy Bry's Comics channel. Say what up, Bry. Welcome to the channel.
What's up? Thank you so much for having me on the channel. I am a big fan of your guys' channel. I've been watching it for months and months and months. And in fact, I go to you guys' channel all the time to get ideas for stuff to pick up for my PC. And I love the content you guys are putting out. Super honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Excited to get into these specs.
Thanks, Bry. You're making me blush over here. Come on. Glad to have you on. You've been killing it with the spec picks as well. But enough of that. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. We got 6 books coming at you that we think are great pickups now for the future. And Bry's going to talk a little bit about a giveaway. Since we're doing a little collaboration, he's going to throw some stuff at the subscribers of his channel and our channel. So, Bry, tell him what the rules are for the giveaway.
All right, so in honor of the spec video, we got 2 spec books for the giveaway. You haven't even seen these yet, Matt, but first up we got all new, all different Avengers number 9. This is the second appearance and origin of Nadia Pym as the new Wasp. We're talking a lot about next-gen superheroes, and I would not be surprised, and don't be surprised if you see her come into the MCU at some point down the line. But also this book is just a beautiful, beautiful Alex Ross cover. It's got Vision there in the background, this hand coming out and Wasp coming out. Just a beautiful, beautiful book with spec behind it. And to top it off,
there's more.
There's more. To go with it, we got this pink. Recognize that, Matt?
Yes,
beautiful
I do.
Copy of Avengers West Coast number 62. Beautiful near mint copy. This book is just got the colors just bounce off the page. Just super, super crisp, clean, bright colors. It's not a 9.8, but it's definitely near mint. First full appearance of the Timekeepers, and just a lovely book to add to this giveaway. So in order to win these books, all you have to do is subscribe to both channels, comment on both videos, and leave a like, and you're in it to win. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, comment down below and leave a like, then hop over to my channel. We're gonna drop the videos at the exact same time. Subscribe to my channel, comment, and leave a like, and you're in it to win.
There you go. So guys, I'm gonna put a link to Bry's channel in the description of this video. Obviously, you got to check it out because forget about the giveaway. He just puts out great content. So you guys definitely want to click that link, sub him up, and watch part 2 of this video. So I think we talked enough. Let's talk about some books, Bry. All right, Bry, since you're a guest here today, I'm going to let you start off first with your first pick.
First off, we have Amazing Spider-Man 194, first appearance of Black Cat and Felicia Hardy. Just a beautiful, iconic, early, pre-200 Amazing Spider-Man key to own, regardless of any spec. This is a great book to have. But the current rumor is that there's a team movie in the works over at Sony with Black Cat, Silver Sable, Silk, Jackpot, and Spider-Woman. What I like about this rumor is it seems like there's a lot of detail in it to be just a rumor, that there's these 5 characters coming and this new team movie. It seems more like a leak to me. And that's what we see a lot with these rumors that come out, is really, it's just a leak that somebody working on the series or show, leaks something out. I mean, imagine how hard it would be if you're working over there at Sony and you're not allowed to talk about a movie you're doing with Black Cat. I'd be sitting there thinking like, I got to tell somebody about this Black Cat movie. So I think it's just a leak for somebody working on this show. And so imagine it, just expect this book to skyrocket if we get any kind of confirmation. And as far as prices, I mean, this is just a fantastic key to own in any grade, really. So as far as prices, I would just look at recent sales on eBay and go that route. I wouldn't recommend any particular grade over another. I think they're obviously, the higher the better, but they're all great. They're all great to own for this key.
We've talked a little bit about this before, but we've never really detailed it in detail. What are you going to do? This is what happens when you're live, right? So, guys, Thor 225, the first appearance of Firelord on the cover. I love this cover. Like I said, we've talked about this a few times. So, 1974, great Bronze Age book to have. I'll talk a little bit about prices first. So raw copies for something that's halfway decent, you're talking in that VF or higher range, you're looking at $60 to $100. I think well worth that. And an 8.5 just recently sold for $173. Still an affordable key in my opinion. Why is this character important? Pyrus Krill was a Xandarian, okay? Part of the Nova Corps, so we know that's kind of tied into the MCU already, and is a herald of Galactus. And guys, everybody believes that Galactus is coming, so his heralds are great keys to own, right? This character sacrificed himself to save a fellow Nova Corps member, and in exchange, Galactus was so impressed that he made him his herald. That was the deal. Well, I'll save your buddy's life if you become my herald. And he did. Guys, this, I believe, if you believe that Annihilation Wave is coming to the MCU at some point, it could be 10 years down the road. This is an extremely important character, the Annihilation Wave as well. So you can see, as I kind of mentioned here, you have ties to the Nova Corps already. You have ties to Galactus. This kind of makes a lot of sense to me. What do you think, Bri?
I mean, when looking at these spec books, sometimes you get kind of screwed with a not so great cover, and that's what I love about this spec is it's just got this incredible epic cover to go with the spec that goes along with it. So yeah, I think it's a great pick.
All right, I'm glad we're on the same page. I love this. Go ahead.
All right, up next we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 265. This is the first appearance of Silver Sable. This goes along great with the ASM 194. So we all know that Silver Sable has a huge history with Marvel and with Spider-Man. There was a movie slated in 2017 that was going to be called Black and Silver, and it was with Black Cat and Silver Sable, and it didn't go through. And then after that, there was a TV series that was going to come out, also didn't come to fruition. But Silver Sable has shown up with Spider-Man in a bunch of animated series. And now that current rumor is that there's the team movie coming with Black Cat, Silver Sable, Jackpot, Silk, and Spider-Woman. The takeaway from it is that they have plans to use her in a movie. She's not going anywhere. And what I especially like about this spec is that you can get that investment grade, that CGC 9.6 or 9.8 for a really reasonable price. Actually just picked one up for $400 for a CBCS 9.8. And so anytime I can get a CBCS slab for about 20% off of the CGC price, I'm in. I'll do that all day, every day. So I think $450 or even $500 is a fair price for a CGC 9.8 for this book. And we also have up there the second print. The second print is this silver metallic ink, and this book has been selling recently for well under $200 in a CGC 9.8. So I think the second print actually might be the sleeper on this one. I'm not sure about the print run on that, but that silver metallic ink is just really cool to look at. I haven't seen, there's not a whole lot of them on market. So if you see one for under $200, if you can get to it before me, you might want to pick it up.
I like it. Bry's showing the ladies love tonight. I love it. I feel like I've passed this second print over in backbins so many times over the last few years because second printings weren't like a thing until recently, right? Yeah. I'm sure at some point this in a 9.8 is going to be close to the first print, if not surpass it, because like you said, print run, it'll make its way into somebody important's mouth and onto a list or an app somewhere, and all of a sudden the second print is going to become more expensive than the first. So
Yeah.
I love the theme. We're following around with that rumor. I love it. These are books like Bryce said, they're affordable. So guys, jump on them. All right, next up, Silver. You know it wasn't going to be a spec list unless Matty Forge dropped the Silver Age book. Come on, guys. Tales of Suspense, number 58. Yes, this is actually the second appearance of Kraven. Not a lot of people know that. 1964. I don't think there's a lot to say here. We have a feeling, everybody's expecting the Sinister Six. Everyone's expecting Kraven the Hunter. I would love to see Kraven's Last Hunt. I would love to see that play out on the big screen. One of the best storylines in all of comics, in my opinion. Give you some pricing on this. This has gone up a little bit. People started catching on that this is the second appearance, and when that first appearance just gets out of reach, when it's just a grail, you got to start looking for that origin, that cover appearance, the second appearance, the first solo series. So in this case, we're looking at the second appearance. You can get like a mid-grade copy raw for like $100. That's what I got, a nice mid-grade raw, and then I bought a slab in like a 7.5, I believe. Right now, a 5.0 just sold for $250. So this book is starting to creep up a little bit, but the sky's the limit on this book if Kraven comes out. And of course, awesome for the PC. If he never shows up, which I feel like the chances are that he will, but if he never does, this is a great book to have in the PC.
I love these Tales of Suspense, these early Tales of Suspense covers with Cap and Iron Man on the cover there. And like you said, the second appearance route for spec books is just a really smart way to go. I'm actually dropping a whole video on it next week about undervalued second appearances. This one didn't make it onto the list, so I'm glad to see it here. I think this is definitely a sleeper. So yeah, I'd be on the lookout for this one. All right. Fantastic Four, number 6. Apparently, the subscribers of this channel might be a little bit familiar with this already, but this book has a ton going for it. It's got 3 first appearances: the first appearance of Annihilus, first appearance of the Cosmic Control Rod, and the first appearance of Franklin Richards. Now, most people spec on this book for the Annihilus reason and his close ties to Nova and the Fantastic Four, and people thinking that if those 2 characters are coming, there's a good chance that Annihilus could be coming with him, and they would be correct. There is a good chance for that. And that first appearance of Franklin Richards is just kind of a little bonus for this book. He appears in this book as is it a baby or a child, Matt?
Baby, I believe.
He's a baby. Yeah, he appears as a baby in this book. And I actually found an article. I just finished reading an article about this and doing research for this that Stan Lee wrote. And Stan Lee was recounting he was recounting creating the character of Franklin Richards. And what he was saying was that he had Sue and Reed, and they'd been married for a couple years. This was 1968, and he thought it only made sense to let them have a child. And then they thought, oh, he should have superpowers. If two superheroes have a child, you should have superpowers. But they didn't quite know what to do with the powers, whether it should be a boy or a girl. So they dragged out the pregnancy for a couple years, and then they finally decided on Franklin Richards. And what I thought was so interesting about that, aside from just reading words that came out of Stan Lee's mouth about him creating this character, right? And here we are almost 60 years later talking about this character on a spec video. Besides from the cool factor of that is just Stan Lee just kind of happenstancely planting the seeds for next gen superheroes. And so here we are almost 60 years later, and we might finally see Franklin Richards come to the MCU down the line. That would be a farther down the line spec, but just some cool history behind this book. So much going for it. And yeah, I definitely think it's one to be on the lookout for.
I love it. The defects know that we are very bullish on this book, but I love the fact that you brought it up because there was some extra stuff in there that honestly, I didn't really know. I love the Stan Lee angle. I didn't know that backstory. So I think this is great. Obviously, we were talking before we started recording this video, and essentially we had the exact same thoughts on this book. I think it was great. I just let Brian know that I have like 8 graded copies of this. So obviously I'm pretty strong on it. So great pick. I love it. I love it.
Right on.
All right, guys. There's another character that you've heard me talk about early on when we started the channel. Haven't really gone too much detail in it, so it's time to do that, guys. First up, these are two books that go kind of hand in hand, and take your pick here. You got Captain America, 217. That's the first appearance of Wendell Vaughn as Marvel Man. All right, and guys, this character later becomes who we all know as Quasar, and that happens in Hulk 234. You've probably heard me talk about it before, but I hate the fact that Hulk 234 is it's starting to slowly become the book that when people say Quasar's first appearance, they're going, because he literally shows up in one panel and all he says is, "Call me Quasar." It's literally, he's got the same costume on as it is in Captain America. I like the Captain America storyline, the story better, the 217. I like that as his first appearance, but I have a feeling that the Hulk 234 book is going to be what people gravitate towards if Quasar ever shows up in the MCU. Okay. So now that I got that little spiel out of the way, 1978 on the Captain America book and 1979 on the Hulk book. Let's see, price-wise, Captain America, the Raws go from for a nice copy, go from anywhere from $20 to $50. Okay. And the Hulk, those near mint copies go anywhere from the $70 to $100 range, what is funny though, is the 9/8, the Captain America book is more expensive than the Hulk book. Now, I guess because probably just less 9/8 available for the Captain America book. So let's talk a little bit about Wendell Vaughn and Quasar. So he's got ties to S.H.I.E.L.D. He's got ties to AIM, which we believe is showing up in the MCU pretty soon. Ties to Stark Industries. The quantum bands, we know about the quantum realm. So he uses the quantum bands, if you know anything about Quasar. Secret Invasion, Annihilation Wave. So these are some of the things we talked about already. We know Secret Invasion is coming. Ties to Nova. I just think it's only a matter of time before Quasar shows up, especially since the MCU is going cosmic. I've been beating this drum for a while. These are two books that you could definitely grab raw. And if he doesn't show up, hey, you spent like $20 or $30. Not a big deal. So I believe in these books. Brian, what do you think?
You brought up a really good point with first appearance of the character overall versus first appearance of the character with a new moniker. And just personally, what I gravitate towards is the first appearance of that character overall. So I would gravitate towards the Captain America book on this one. But at the end of the day, the market dictates, and if you're doing this to speculate, if you're doing this to flip, you got to kind of put your personal preference aside and go with what you think the market is going to dictate. On this one, it's kind of yet to see how that's going to play out in the market. But yeah, I like the Captain America book for this one. Like you said, it's just, if it was for my PC, I absolutely go for the Captain America book because that is his first appearance. Okay, it's not a one panel, him getting a new name. That is never in anyone's world his first appearance. But we have seen that happen in the market where that becomes his first appearance. It's just kind of crazy. Just something to keep in mind, depending on which route you're going, personal collection or for speculation flip.
I think you got to buy them both at this point. They're both pretty relatively, Hulk. I mean, you could still get like a VF copy for like probably $20, $30. But if you're going for that near mint, like I said, that $70 to $100 range, cover your bases, get them both. If you're willing to take the leap on this character, I think you got to get them both just in case, because Brian made a really good point. So,
yeah.
All right, guys, that wraps up this portion of the 2-channel mashup. Make sure you're clicking on the link below for Bry's channel. He's going to have the other 6 books that we're doing on his video. So guys, thanks for jumping in. Quickly stay tuned to the end because Bry's going to go over the giveaway one more time. But before we get to that, guys, if you could just quickly take a moment, we're going to acknowledge our partners of the show. All the info is in the description. We got Express Comic Book Pressing, guys. Use code DEFECTS10. It gets you 10% off. Like I said, all the info is in the description. And of course, Mutant Beaver Comics, Canada's #1 online comic shop. Defects 10 gets you 10% off, guys. So, Bri, quickly go over the giveaway one more time for the people so they know what to do.
All right. Once again, we have All new, all different Avengers #9, second appearance and origin of Nadia Pym as the new Wasp, CGC 9A, beautiful Alex Ross cover, awesome slab to have. And in addition to that, Avengers West Coast #62, beautiful near mint copy, first full appearance of the Timekeepers. Subscribe to both channels, leave a comment on both videos, and like both videos, and you're in it to win. Guys, if you came over here from my channel, as you can see, if you made it this part of the video, incredible content coming out of here. Just the detail and the back, just the detail on the books and the specs. You're going to be glad you did if you hit up that subscribe button. And yeah, thank you so much for having me, Matt. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Brian, thank you. Thanks for reaching out. You made this happen. So, guys, definitely follow us over. If you're a defect already, follow us over to Brian's channel, because we're going to drop it there, and you definitely want to check out. I know what he's picking next. You guys are going to want to hear these. So definitely click that button, get over to his channel, sub it up, enter the giveaway. So we're going to wrap this up, guys. Please, if you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up if you think we did a good job. Throw a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you thought about these picks. And we will catch you on the next spec video, guys.